What is up, guys? Welcome back to another follow-up video, and I am finally back. I am back from my little week break I took off of YouTube just to do some little stuff behind the scenes and things like that, and take care of some things outside of YouTube. So hopefully you guys didn't mind it too bad. But today we are doing another episode of our top 5 mods series. So if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, but let's get right into it.
I wave my two fists divine, but I'm going nowhere. Oh yeah, I'm the type of guy that likes to roam around.
Alright guys, so the first mod we have is the Makeshift Furniture Pack for the PS4 by AstroJ. And basically what this mod does is it adds in a variety of makeshift beds, shelves, desks, and tables to keep your settlements looking scrappy but believable. So to actually place these items in the game, all you gotta do is actually just go into your workshop menu and then go over into the furniture portion and then go over to tables or shelves or whatever you're actually wanting to put in. It depends, he has a whole bunch of different items. But what I do like about what he's done about this mod is that you can actually add in a whole bunch of different other stuff that's not just a table. He has one with a terminal on it, he has one that's like has a typewriter and like stuff for medical supplies and things like that, and he did a really good job of just adding a huge variety of things. As you can see right here, the only thing I don't really find too realistic is actually he used like radiation barrels for the makeshift stuff, so that wouldn't really make sense since it does give off rads normally, but overall it's still super cool. I think these tables will look really good if you're making like a raider type base or just a base that's like really raggedy and things like that, that's really run down or something like that. I feel like I could use these for a lot of different things. Another thing I like that he did was he actually added in a whole bunch of detail for each different table. Like as you can see here, there's a typewriter, there's papers, there's a bowl of noodles. It's just insane how much detail he actually does put into here. Because if you are like me, you like to have like a whole bunch of stuff in your base like full of just different items to make it look not very boring. So it does save you a lot of time from going into OC Decorator and placing a whole bunch of things down, because he basically does it for you. Like as you can see, there's a whole bunch of blood packs, there's a first aid kit and everything. So there's already things placed down, so you do not have to do that. Also, this mod is basically compatible with every other mod I've used for it. I don't know why it would be incompatible with any other mods, just because it does its own certain little thing by adding in a whole bunch of tables. But also, it does not require any DLCs, so you guys are really good at this mod. Overall, super good one, and I definitely recommend it to put into your load order. The next mod we have is the Craft Your Own Robot mod by Fudoshian, and basically what this does is it adds in a new section on your workshop where you can actually build robots to actually work in your settlements and like participate and defend them and use stuff like that. And to actually place these robots down, just go into your turrets section of the fence, and you can actually place them down by going into the turrets and scrolling over, and you can actually see a whole bunch of robots you can craft, such as the Assaultron. And there's different variants for each one of these. It's insane how like much robots you put into this game. So there's the Assaultron, there's the Combat Synthetic, which is actually a really cool one. And also I'd like to mention, if you do kill these guys, you can actually grab their loot. So if you like armor he has on him, or you can take things like that. There's Liberty Prime, and the only issue he says that with Liberty Prime is whenever he's actually defending your settlement and something like that, killing enemies, his like super big laser beam or mini nukes can actually affect some of the settlers, so you might want not to put him into like a really maxed out settlement with a whole bunch of settlers, because there's a chance that he can actually hurt them. There's also like all the different types of Protectrons in the game, such as the emergency ones and the protecting ones and stuff like that. There's Mr. Gutsy, there's the police Protectron, there's the normal Protectron, there's a Protectron Guardian. Like I said, there's just all different kinds of ones. For some reason it won't let me place the sentry bots. I don't know why. I don't know if that's an issue with the mod or just something that I'm doing, but it will not let me press those in. If you guys can, and you might want to tell me, because I'm not sure if it's just an issue with the mod or if it's just an issue with my load order or something like that. In the description of this mod, he says there is no reason for you to have to like mess with the load order with this mod, so it's basically compatible with everything else that's in the game. And it does not require the Automatron DLC, so you don't have to worry about buying that just because they're robots. Another thing he did state in his description was that you cannot actually mod these robots in any robot workstations if you do have the Automatron DLC, so you can't actually upgrade them or do anything like that. And also I checked, and Liberty Prime has all the health that he would normally have. It's insane. Like, he's basically invincible, and your base is going to be an insane defense. It also adds in defense for your base too, so that's also a plus. Overall, super good mod, super fun to use if you want some like new Automatron robots inside of your actual settlement. The next mod I have is the Busty mod by Tonic Mole, and I used to get asked this question all the time whenever I first started posting mod videos, if there actually was a Busty's mod, and there wasn't, so I figured now that there is one, I'd show you guys, because if you guys are still interested, I used to get asked this question so much. So there actually is one now, but the only thing different is that it's not actually messing with the character model. It's actually making the clothing and the armor pop out more to make it look like they have like a bigger ass and stuff like that. But like if you have like the Vault 111, so you can definitely tell the difference from the like stock character and the modded character. So it works with all the different types of clothing, such as dresses and things like that. But as you can see here, it's not going to change anything if you like just have like no armor or any clothes equipped. But as you can see, he did change all of like the dresses for her and stuff like that. So it works with like pretty much every clothing. Sometimes if you have like armor on, you're not going to be able to tell the difference or anything like that. But overall, it's kind of a fun mod, I guess. Some people like it, some people don't, but it doesn't require any DLC or anything like that. So overall, sort of a fun mod. Something little that's not really going to change your game too much, though. The next mod we have is the Break and Repair Broken Houses mod by Fudoshian again, and this guy's actually a really good mod creator, so I recommend him in the mods that he does make. And basically what it does is it like fixes some of the houses around the Commonwealth by fixing their roofs or any other holes they have in them or stuff like that. So the first house it does actually repair is the Tevington Bow House, and he says, I repaired the roof, removed blood off the floor, and a dead body of the cow and brain fungus around the house. So it does kind of clean up the house and make it a lot more nicer and things like that. And it does it for several houses, and I will show you them in a minute. So as you can see, he removed all the brain fungus around the docks and stuff like that and made it look really, really nice. It looks like a lot more cleaned up now. It's going to make your settlements look a lot nicer. So if you actually do go into here, everything's going to be fixed. And inside of the house, actually, he does fix the walls and, like he said, remove the blood, so it's going to look a lot cleaner. And actually, like, the house is well kept from the settlers, which I really like how he did that. I kind of didn't like how in the stock game where you can actually make the house look a lot nicer whenever the settlement was all built up. So that's a really cool thing to do. And the roof looks so much better. And the only thing that does look kind of bad is because the broken wall is still there, but oh well. It still just looks a ton more nice. The next place he fixed was Country Crossing, where he actually removed the collapsed house. And it's not like really anything too huge, but he did remove the house, so it's going to look a little bit better because there's not a huge broken house in the middle. But I guess you could put something else there now instead of using it as some like broken spot that you couldn't do anything with before. But I still like it better gone. The next settlement location he actually did repair was Kingsport Lighthouse, and basically it's just on the coast. And what he did was he actually fixed the holes in the roof of the house next to the lighthouse. So if you go into the house, he actually like put like little panels over it, and that's something else I like he really did. Instead of actually just putting like blocks where like the normal house would be, it actually does look like you actually repaired it. So if you go to the roof, you can actually look at like the steel panels he put over it, so it actually does look like the settlers repaired it themselves. And it's not just like a pre-war house. It still looks like it's run down, but also it's functional. So I like that's what he did about the mod. So he actually did put in some effort into this, besides of just going into a pre-war house and adding that in, but it actually does look a lot nicer with this. The next settlement that he actually repaired was Ten Pines Bluff, and basically what it is here was he removed the collapsed house again, so nothing really too drastic change, but I guess it adds in a little bit more space that you can place now instead of having a broken house that has no function for anything. So still kind of cool, not really a major change compared to some of the other settlements, but still something really nice for him to do to like give you more space in your settlement. Plus this settlement is super small too, so you need all the space you can get. The final location that he actually fixed was Sunshine Tining Scope, and basically what he did was he fixed the broken door of the barn and repaired the hole in the roof of it, so he made the barn look a lot nicer. And also, he removed the corpse and the garbage on the floor for the house, and brain fungus has also been removed for all the houses. Only thing I didn't really like that he did about this settlement, he didn't really fix up any of the other houses, so I would have liked him to actually repair the other houses. I don't know how that would have been possible, but maybe somehow fix the porches or the roofs of them so they're not all like broken and things like that, and make it look like an actual nice town that the settlers have fixed up. But I still think it looks really nice with the barn being fixed and the actual garage being fixed and all the brain fungus being removed. So it still looks a little bit well kept, but it just kind of sucks that the houses weren't fixed. But overall, super good mod that he did. I'm sure it took him a lot of time to make, and it actually doesn't affect anything else in the game, so you don't have to worry about putting anything in your load order, and it doesn't require any DLC. So overall, super good mod if you want your buildings to look a little bit better in your settlements and not look so broken. Our final mod we have is the Breakheart Homestead by Spacetime Bender, and basically for this one he actually just made a actual settlement that looked like a settlement into a settlement. So all you gotta do is actually go to it and clear all the super mutants, and once you do that, if you go down to this little area here, you can actually activate the workbench and remove everything else. And he's actually spent a lot of time on this mod, and it's actually a really cool settlement, and actually looks like it should be one. In the description, he says the build area extends down the cliff to the water because, well, it wouldn't really be a banks if it didn't have, you know, a bank. Plus water, and water is good, so you can actually have, like, water purifiers and things like that. But overall, I think it's a really cool settlement. There's a lot of room to, like, farm and stuff like that, and like he said, there's a lot of water resources. And once you clear everything, it's going to be a really cool settlement for you to make. The only thing he said that he did have to do was he removed Miniman settlement quest, because he did say that there was like a really big chance of having bugs and error things if he did do that. So you're not going to be able to have any Minutemen quests to here, unfortunately, but that's not really that big of a deal if you haven't sided with the Minutemen, or just in general, because I don't think people do that anymore, all of Preston Garvey's stupid missions. But if you go around and remove all this stuff, you can actually make this place look really, really cool, and I plan on doing a settlement build here eventually, because I think this would be a really cool place to build at, and really good thing, it doesn't require any DLC, and anything in your load order should be fine because it doesn't really affect anything else. So overall, super, super good mod. So that's pretty much all I have for you today, guys. If I do sound a little bit rusty or something like that, it's probably because I haven't uploaded a video in like 2 weeks. I haven't really done anything for 2 weeks, relative to YouTube and talking and stuff like that. So if I'm a little bit rusty, I'm sorry. I will get better at it. It's just something I was gone for a while, so I just got to get back in the loop of old YouTube stuff. So if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.